Welcome everybody, my name is François Letarte and this is my channel JDR D30, a channel about tabletop role-playing games. So I did want to make a ramble today in English. I wanted to share about role-playing games with kids. I don't remember the last time I've talked about this subject in English, and maybe I will repeat myself. But nevertheless, I like to share about the subject since maybe some of you are trying themselves with kids, and you know, I love to share tips. Okay, I'm very interested, by the way, by tips that you might have. You can put that in the comment if you have useful resources for kids to make role-playing games with them, or just sharing your own experience. I think every experience so far has been valuable, okay, has been considered by myself, and I've tried many stuff, and frankly I am improving. And why I'm making this video today, it's because this summer I think I've leveled up a lot. I think I was able to grab something, because most of my games have been a huge success, especially with the younger ones. For me, the younger ones are age 5 through 8. I haven't played with younger than that this summer. It's been a long time since I haven't played with younger than that. Yeah, maybe I can open up with, you know, age before 5 years old. Yeah, I did that a couple of years ago in the library. Okay, yes, I work in the library, and part of my job is to make interesting activities, and role-playing game is part of it. So the first time I've used Hero Kids at the library, I was opening it up for 4 years old, like it says on the book, and I had a couple of demos, and it wasn't a huge success. It was hard. At this group of age, what I can conclude is that the parent has to be beside. Either the parent has to be beside, or you have to deal with them in very small group, maybe 2 kids maximum. But even with that, you may lose their attention fast. You know, their attention span is very short, so you have to go with very short adventures. And when the parent is beside, it helps. The parent, well, will sometimes play in the place of the kid, but usually they will be sitting with it with the kid, and you know, they will kind of advise them. They will be there to show them what can be done in the game. Maybe someday I will have an opportunity to play with this group of age, but I don't know in what context. It won't be in the library, since in the library, well, in order to make an activity worth it, I have to get some people to participate. You know, I have a minimum. It's a virtual minimum, but you know, if I want to keep on going and repeating an activity, I have to show that this activity is worth it. And you know, I'm not ready to run a table of 6 4 years old kid. It won't work. From my experience. If you have a different experience with that group of age, I'd like to know it, because you know, maybe there's a way to deal with that you know, that can work for me, and maybe I will open up an activity for 4 years old. 3 years old, I wouldn't try it. I'm not saying that they can't, but you know, the attention span is just a fraction of what a 4 years old can do. Yeah, good. But at 5 years old, well, it's a little like a 4 years old, okay? It will work better if the parent is beside. But at the same time, I think I kind of grabbed the right. There's a strange fire here. Okay, I think I've grabbed a way to get them involved and have the perfect, you know, tone for them. Yeah, when the parent is beside, it's easier. especially if the kid is shy. And I have encountered some of them this summer. But even the shyest kid, at some point, will get involved. Okay, I'm trying to grab them with, trying to make a show. And by the way, something that is confirmed from this group of age is that the game master is making a show. By the way, he's giving out himself a lot. It's not, well, it doesn't come natural to have that mutual share that a good role-playing game session can have. When we're adults, we can have that good amount of share between all the participants, game master and players alike. With kids, it's not easy like that. Okay, you have to give out yourself a lot. You have to force them, to get something out. So when you're playing an NPC, that NPC has to have a big, he has to be very colorful, and he has to address the kids directly. There's no gray zones. Okay, it's black or white, and it's very clear. And description has to be very colorful, and yeah, you have to show yourself. And yeah, often you will have to describe in place of the kid their action, their